The light anti-tank role is vital for any well-rounded infantry squad. Rarely does the mere presence of AT thwart the enemy, however. You need to be able to land your shots when using this kit. There isn't much opportunity for practice in live matches. It is recommended that you practice on a local training server where you have admin privileges. This can be accessed at the top of the game's main menu next to the server browser. Once loaded, press Shift P to access admin cam, tilde to access the console, and this video's description for a link to vehicle spawn commands. All AT launchers have some method of dealing with different ranges. Iron sights can be ranged just as a rifle's iron sights, by holding X and scrolling. Actual optics have markings to help determine where to aim. The RPG-7 is a prime example. The large cross at the top denotes 50 meters. The small cross denotes 100 meters. 200 to 500 meters are denoted on the left side of the long grid. Beyond the long grid is for tandem rounds in the hat kit and not something to concern yourself with for this video. The optic also features a rangefinder. The 2.7 marking on the manual rangefinder indicates that it is intended for use with armored vehicles. Most armored vehicles are between 2.2 to 2.7 meters tall, turret included. Lining the bottom of the vehicle up with the flat line on the bottom and checking for the intercept point on the curved line at the top can give an estimate of range to the target. Every launcher has an arming distance, usually, but not always, 25 meters. Also be aware of the thick smoke you leave behind, and get away from it. With this knowledge you can begin to dial your shots in more closely, but simply hitting your target can often be underwhelming. While the light AT kit does not secure vehicle kills quite as frequently as its heavy counterpart, its primary focus is arguably more important. The LAT focuses on immobilizing or otherwise disabling enemy vehicles. To do this effectively, knowing where to shoot is paramount. Generally, for tracked vehicles, this is going to be the tracks themselves. A vehicle with one operating set of tracks is called out as half-tracked. A half-tracked vehicle is unable to move other than being able to turn in a full circle in either direction. When both sets of tracks are destroyed, the resulting fully tracked or double-tracked vehicle is unable to do even this. The wheels on wheeled vehicles can also be destroyed, but as AT, this should not be your target. Instead, shoot for the engine bay on the vehicle. An engined vehicle will be able to continue to roll for quite some time, but will eventually come to a stop. The vehicle will be unable to do more than hobble until repairs have been made. Landing these shots will require prior knowledge on all of the different vehicles and where their engines are located. To help facilitate learning this, you can use squad-armor.com. Skilled AT players are sometimes able to both half-track or even double-track and engine the vehicle with one rocket. This will increase the amount of time necessary to repair the vehicle, as well as limiting its top speed if it is able to be repaired, as the engine cannot always be fully repaired. Once you have disabled a vehicle, the next step is always communication. Most LAT kits are unable to fire a second rocket without rearm. You should coordinate with your squad on a plan to dealing with the immobilized vehicle. Hopefully you have an ammo crate, rifleman, hat, or friendly armor in the area. In the absence of these things, ensuring that the vehicle crew is unable to safely dismount and repair is the next best thing. Often, this can buy enough time for some asset capable of dealing with the vehicle to mobilize. If nothing else, it takes the vehicle out of play for a small amount of time, but this is far from ideal. Being able to communicate this requires you be able to identify when it happens. The telltale sign for a destroyed engine is a loud, sparking, crackling explosion. For track destruction, you will usually see metallic debris in the explosion, as well as the vehicle making an abrupt and tight turn in the direction of the explosion before either stopping or only turning in a circle. You now have what you need to begin becoming a nightmare for crewmen. The rest comes from experience, so get out there and blow some shit up.